Hello again, this is BDU. I'm going to respond back to Pogobat's recent video in regards to 3D printing. In the video, Pogobat doesn't quite understand Cody Wilson's point in regards to 3D printing guns. He speaks the usual talking points that the authoritarians have been telling me for the past few months about guns being bad and why we must have gun control to prevent criminals from getting hold of weapons, and that soldiers deserve the combat weapons over us regular people. But I perfectly understand Cody Wilson's point. What Cody Wilson is trying to do is he's trying to abolish all gun and weapon control laws on the books through those 3D printers. I know it's been a long time coming, since the age of antiquity when these laws first showed up, but as it stands right now, there's a lot of weapon control laws on the books, most particularly revolving guns and knives at this time. I know it was swords yesterday, but for the here and now of 2013, it's practically guns, for which they're trying to take away from everybody. Also, in the video, Pogobat talks about why only the military should have these military-style weapons. Well, for your information, Pogobat, the reason why we have a Second Amendment is so that we are allowed to keep those weapons in our own homes. I know you're going to have the same arguing point that they didn't know what a quote-unquote assault rifle was back in 1776, but that's not the point. The Second Amendment is supposed to protect our rights to own weapons, so we can prevent something like what happened in Europe during the 1930s. When every other country was being invaded and taken over by the Nazis, Switzerland had all their combat weapons in the hands of the people, rather than just a small group of military guys. The point of the Second Amendment is to protect yourself from the government, and also meant to protect yourself from invaders, criminals, and everyone who would actually infringe upon all your rights and due processes. Without the Second Amendment, you have no more due process, and that's the end of the line. For you to come out and say that the Second Amendment is outdated, in my layman's terms, you should actually move to North Korea. I'm sorry, Dan, but you should move to North Korea after you said all that stuff. Also, I would love to own some combat weapons of my own in California, but due to your thinking and Senator Feinstein, I'm not able to do that legally. Hopefully, if this 3D printer tech does develop and blossom, I hope to buy a 3D printer of my own and print out my own weapons, and abolish weapon control laws over here in California, so that I can carry weapons openly again. It's completely ridiculous out here. No, really. It's really ridiculous. I can't walk around with my weapons without the cops stopping me on the street asking me, what the hell are you doing with them? This is America. As long as I'm not doing anything wrong with my weapons, I should be able to walk around in the street with them openly, or even concealed. People like you are just making things worse. With this 3D printer tech, it's over with guns. Anyway, BDU signing out.